Hey everybody, welcome to The Healthy Hairdresser, where we rise by lifting others. I just want to talk to you a second today about my post yesterday that you probably missed because I feel like nobody is seeing very many of my posts. But I just want to talk to you about this video yesterday. This was not like my idea, but it hit me super hard. Just about envisioning yourself carrying a weight, so such as like a bottle of water. Envisioning yourself carrying a bottle of water out arm's length, right? Okay. And at first it doesn't really bother you too much, but after you hold your arm up for days or hours or even several minutes, it starts to hurt. And if you were to hold your arm up and like this for a week, you would probably have some severe fractures or muscle tears in your arm. Imagine that, okay? So I want you to envision how that hurts, but it didn't hurt at first. But after a long time, it got really heavy and really sore, and you might have even ended up in the hospital because it hurt so bad. And so such is life. It's been a huge eye-opener for me the last year of really kind of just trying to find myself and stand my ground in who I am and be okay with that. It's years actually, not just this last year. But we've all dealt with things that have hurt us really badly, myself included, people who have hurt us or situations that have hurt us. And we keep reliving it over and over again. Year after year, we keep reliving it. And every time we think of it, it hurts even just a little harder, a little deeper. And you know that sick feeling you get in your belly or your heart. I mean, I was so upset at points where I would feel like a pain in my heart down my arm because this thing that happened would cause me so much anxiety that I couldn't deal with it, and it would physically hurt me. And I remember when it first happened, that it was like this sharp pain that just hurt really mentally, just took me down. And it was bad. It hurt bad. I'm just talking about one situation. And I just remember, okay, I dealt with it and then I kind of like moved on. And I'm just like, I'll just cut these people out of my life. Everybody that hurts me, I'm just gonna start cutting them out of my life, right? And so at first it was fine, but then after I kept hanging on to it for like a year, 6 months, 3 months. I mean, even just looking back, even a couple years, and how much it even hurts worse because I was hanging on to it, and the only person that was hurting was myself. Because these people that have hurt me, they don't really probably even know that it still hurts me or that they even hurt me at all. And so every time I would revisit the conversations and the situation, it would just eat me alive, like into tears, and then made me start doubting who I was and what I stand for and why I do what I do, and made me really just start doubting myself and thinking that I can't be like fully loved for who I am, because there's definitely parts of me that I'm sure are super hard for my husband to love, as all of us. But it just started making me feel like nobody's gonna love me for what I am because people see my true colors and they don't like it, right? And I just kept feeling it would just get heavier and heavier and heavier. And finally, one day I was just like, I have got to let this shit go. I mean, it's not hurting anybody but myself. But I'm not saying that you don't have to honor that hurt. You should fully honor that hurt you. But such as that water bottle that you would hang on to for a week could cause major tears in your arm and muscle. You hanging on to that negative feeling in your heart could cause so much damage to your heart, your soul, your mind. I mean, and that mental instability can really physically cause you to hurt, right? And so the whole point of this today, and I did this in my class this morning, was just that we need to learn to let things go for ourselves, but not for other people. And I'm not saying that you need to dismiss what hurts. And I'm not saying that you need to surround yourself with those people at all, but you have to stop reliving the situation or the negative thing that happened to you. You have to stop reliving that, and you have to just start letting it go. And by doing that, so now what I practice is that every time that this situation, I'm just thinking of a random, situation, because we've all had many things happen. But when these things that come into our hearts or into our minds, be light and see light. And I know that sounds crazy, but it works. Be light, see light. You get that negative feeling coming in you, that's what you say. Be light, see light, and just push it away. And the more often you practice that, negative situation coming in, nope, be light, see light, push it right out. The more you practice that, the less that negative situation, thought, whatever it is, the less it will start keep coming in. And it will just eventually kind of just diminish. Now, you will always remember that, but it will hurt a little bit less if you just let it go and not fester on it and not think about it. You had your time to think about it. You had your time to be hurt by it. And now you need to, for yourself, your health, you need to let it go and be light, see light, okay? So what's my point? So my point is that we all have had things happen to us that are not so great, and people have hurt us. People have said things about us or to us or behind our backs. It's happened to everybody. But if you keep hanging on to that negative feeling, the more negative stuff is going to start consuming you, and you have to make room for positive. But you can't make room for positive unless you let that negative stuff go. Honor it, and then it has to go. Okay, so then there's more room for positive. And once you start flipping that, the less that negative is going to stay in. The longer you hold on to it, the more it hurts and weighs you down. Okay, the longer you hold on to it. So you have to just let it go, be light, see light. Just try it. All right. Okay, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I hope that you are seeing my write-ups in the Tri-County Press and in her magazine, and also my new book coming out this fall called Momming It Not Just for Moms, which I'm super scared to release, and I feel like I'm doubting it still, and I don't even believe I'm going to release it till it actually happens. So hopefully you are kind of following that stuff. All right, you guys have a great day, and remember, kindness never goes out of style.